Alright, shalom, more praise unto Yahweh, Shai, Chakodash, unto the net, no well, and salutes unto continue to push the word in, and in sincerity. This is just a quick hit, and yeah, man, the pound, it's from the BBC, the pound hits record low after tax cut plans, and pretty much, again, I did a video when this guy came into office, and when the new Prime Minister Liz Truss came into office, and pretty much what they're doing is they're putting the right type of character faces in office to get certain agendas pulled off. Now they're gonna blame the so-called black man, the ninja. It's all his fault because they would have the public believe he makes all the decisions or spearheads the decisions financially by a government led by Liz Truss, which ain't the case. But yeah, man, I spoke about in one of my previous videos. We got the macroeconomics and we got microeconomics, and pretty much it's affected this tax cut. Um, because with economics, it's about balancing scales. It's called household. Well, the meaning of it is household management or economia. You know, household management. So if one part of the house is focused on and the other half of the house isn't, there's an imbalance there. So just doing things erratically, it may sound and look so-called good, but it has adverse effects on the other end of the house. Okay, and as a result, it's caused the pound to fall to its record lowest against the US dollar. So it says the pound has fallen to a record low against the dollar as markets react to the UK's biggest tax cuts in 50 years. The sterling fell close to $1.03 early on Monday before regaining some ground to stand at $1.08. Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng has promised more tax cuts on top of a £45 billion pound package he announced on Friday amid expectations borrowing will surge. And this is partly why it's called the bottomless pit. Britain, other parts of Europe, predominantly, the scriptures when it speaks of the bottomless pit is speaking of that there's no resources. There's no resources in economics. You have exports and you have imports. To be a strong national economy, you want to export more than you import because you're contributing to the world economy more than you're taking from it. So you're more of a key player than a depender, whereas the UK is heavily dependent for many things now. If they really wanted to, the UK could source its own meats and things of that nature, so it's not as bad as they want to make it seem. However, compared to the other economic output of other countries, we import way more. Okay, nothing's really here, you know. But there is a lot where it concerns animals, water, sheep, cows, land. There's a lot more than they like to give off in the media over here in the UK. Okay, so the cost of UK government borrowing climbed, and markets speculated about an emergency interest rate rise. Some economists predict the Bank of England may call an emergency meeting as soon as this week to raise rates to help stem a fall in the pound and calm high inflation. So they're trying to rebalance the scales since things ain't really working out. So I read this last paragraph. It says, if so, it would come less than a week after the bank lifted interest rates by half a percentage point to 2.25%. Before its next official meeting on the 3rd of November, the Bank of England declined to comment. Yeah, ain't much to say, man. It's fucked, man. It's messed up out here. And this just further feeds into the trembling, man. The trembling of the economists, the trembling of the keepers of the gate, the keepers of the house, man. The economists, man. There's that in Ecclesiastes, is it 12, I believe, and 3? Yeah, Ecclesiastes 12 and 3, and it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. So what we're seeing here with these financial, and the main house is England, okay? Um, the financial country, the world finances are really come out of England, man. America, the eighth, which came out the seventh. Um, you got Wall Street, Dow Jones, and all of that stuff. But it all came out of Canary Wharf, England, over there in East Central London. Okay, East London, which is a very I've walked through um Canary Wharf. You know, you know, when you're actually in there, they got like a whole shopping city, and it's just demonic vibe, man. Very demonic vibe. Actually, I might go there and do a video. See what the spirit's saying. Might just go in the heart of Canary Wharf, right around all these skyscraper financial buildings, get into the financial history of the UK, which is really the financial history of the Western world. And you know, but you got to put prayers up before you go there, because them I've been there, man. I've been there, and it's a ridiculously demonic vibe. Even when you drive in there, you have to get your car searched with a metal detector underneath the car before you even drive up in that complex, man. You know, it's crazy, man. I could say I won't even say that, man. I was gonna say something, but I'll just leave it. You know. Anyways, Ecclesiastes 12 and 3, and it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bar themselves on the ground and cease, because they are few, and all the windows be dark. And this is talking in immigration. They will come out with those when they've used them, dash them out, and tighten, or yes, become stricter and retighten the immigration laws, man. The workers are few, man. All right. So there you have it, man. You know, the economy is messed up, man, and that is financial biblical prophecy, man. I'm out, man.